Hello, good afternoon, all. I'm Khaja from Education Outreach of IIIT Hyderabad. Welcome you all to the webinar on industry-sponsored MS. So, as you already have been filled up the forms, like to understand more about the industry-sponsored MS, and this session is being facilitated by Professor Kishore Kottapalli, Dean Academics at IIIT Hyderabad. I request Professor Kishore to take this over.
Okay, thank you, Khaja. Good afternoon and welcome you all to this short webinar. I think I'll spend 5 minutes on introducing the program and its intentions and objectives. We'll use more time for taking any questions that you may have. Okay. All right. So the industry sponsored Masters by Research is a program that we created to attract uh, talented individuals who are seeking a master's degree, especially by the research mode, but are otherwise working in the industry space. One big advantage with IIIT Hyderabad is that it is in the middle of so many industries. You name it, we are probably within 5 kilometers of that actually. All right. So this is an excellent opportunity for people to upskill and for us also to be able to work with these individuals on their research problems, find good solutions, and advance the state of the art. Actually. So the program is structured in a very simple, straightforward, smooth, scalable manner. The idea is that our regular MS program has a coursework component and a thesis component. Same as this program also. The coursework component is roughly half the total part. So we require 6 courses and the rest is the thesis component actually. Okay. So in the current industry sponsored model, the idea is that you will initially start off by doing one course in 2 semesters, one course in semester one and one in semester two, to build your background and like this so-called muscle power for research, right? So which means that these courses should ideally be in the domain that you are interested in and should also help you fill or take you to the current state of the art in this domain that you are interested in. All right. Now, alongside, you would also look for you know what kind of problems you want to work on, what should be the thesis topic, etc. Talk to faculty, talk to other students in this program and in other programs in our campus. There are other open house events. For example, we have the R&D showcase that runs in every February or March, where we exhibit a whole lot of things that are done in the past year in campus, right? So these are all opportunities for you to understand what is going on in the kind of domains you're interested in. Approach those faculty, try to prepare a proposal, see if somebody from your organization is interested in solving the same problem. They could be added as an advisor to this thesis as well, right? So these are all what you do in the first 2 semesters and the summer after that. So the idea is that after 1 year and the summer, you are basically, ready to embark on research projects. While you still do one course at a time, you could still do some project work, research work, etc. So the expectation is that in 3 years, you should be able to finish your MS degree. All right. So that is the structure of the program. All right. Now, to encourage more people to kind of come into the program, join the system, etc., we offer a very lightweight admission process. Of course, we still would require that your current employer is completely aware of this arrangement that you will be enrolled in this program, etc. Uh, so the expectation is also lightweight in the sense that you are doing one course in a semester. Each course meets 3 hours in a week, so that is the contact hours, and you will need another 4 or 5 hours of work per week to catch up to kind of stay on top of this course actually, right? So that is the, summary of the structure of the program. Um, I would stop here and maybe, just to make sure that we'll be able to take as many questions as we can. Let us do that. If there is more time, then we could, have another layer of discussion and so on. So, okay. All right. So, Kaja, what is the protocol? Do you call out people with a question, or who is moderating in some sense?
Sir, actually, they have, like, as we have a limited set of audience, so
Mhm.
we request the audience to like turn on your show your hand raise reaction, by that you
Mhm.
can go with the flow.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, yeah, Yogesh, you have a question or a comment? You could go ahead.
Yes, Professor. Thank you. Thanks, Kaja. So I just wanted to ask about this course, and I understand that 6 credits are towards only coursework.
Mhm.
Um, I wanted to ask if I can take up more than 6 courses. Like, for example, if I wanted to take up another course that isn't really required for me to graduate, can I still do that? And if so, like, do I have to pay extra?
So the first part is very clear, right? I mean, I think we are only stating the minimum required number of courses, right? And anyone can go beyond that minimum for sure, right? So um, the later part, what is the fee structure? I do not know the answer to that. For a regular student here, there is no additional fee as such, right? But
Okay.
in this program, I do not know. I think I'll ask Kaja to get back to you after checking with the office, actually.
Sure, Professor. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
And just to follow up, I have quite a
Mhm.
couple of more questions, but I'll yield to the rest of the people as well. But just to follow
Mhm.
up on this, I wanted to ask if are there any RA or TA ships available? And if there are, will they count towards, or like, can I get a scholarship from that?
So the project work that you take up is like I mean is the equivalent of what an RA here would do actually in substance. Okay, so that is the you know that is the way we look at it, right? I mean, for example, when you work on a project, a research project with an advisor, essentially you are an RA, right? That is what it is actually, right? Um, in this program, because the expectation is that you already have a job and you are already working full time elsewhere, we are not offering any additional scholarships actually.
Understood. So I couldn't like maybe apply as a TA if I wanted to.
That would be, a bit difficult because, our TAs usually are, I mean, they say they work 10 hours a week, but the hours may not be very conducive along with a full-time job, actually.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
understood. Thank you,
Right. And
Professor.
TA and RA are different things, by the way. TA is like a teaching assistant helping coursework here. RA is more like project work and project based, right? So the thesis work that you do is like an RA, equivalent in some sense. TA is usually reserved for full-time students in campus because of the nature of the job requirement.
Understood, understood. Thank you.
Mhm.
Just one thing that I wanted to add, Professor Kishore, is that IIIT would also be announcing a fellowship program, but that requires full-time enrollment.
Mhm.
Not that, I mean, so where a person would be working with one of the translation centers in IIIT while undertaking MS, so that way they would earn a fellowship. So that program
Yeah.
also would be announced by Kaja in the near future.
Mhm. Yeah, but that is, they are basically employed by the center, not outside of IIIT. So that is the difference. Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Rohini, you can go ahead. I'm sorry, Tejas. Actually, Rohini might not be finding the reaction button. So once Rohini, are you
No
available?
problem.
Yeah, Khaja.
Yeah, please go ahead, Vini.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask that I will be self-sponsoring. I am on a break right now. I have 13 years of experience, work experience, and when after the completion of the course, will I be allowed to, will there be any campus interviews or something, placements where I will be able to attend them?
Um, I mean, see, typically our MS students find their job outside of the placement network also, because these are, I mean, these are people with specialized skills. Usually, they find their employer or a job with very little assistance from the placement office. Actually, that's simply because they are in such good demand. Actually, but I mean that's not the full answer, of course. But I'm sure I will. I'll have to, see what our part-time students do, and we'll get back to you on that.
Sure, sure. Thank you.
Rajab, may please note down this query so that we know the answer and we could write back to them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I made
Okay.
a note of that.
Hmm.
Thanks.
Hmm.
Tejas, you can please.
Yeah, hey, good afternoon. I primarily just needed clarity on like the dates and processes because I know that in July we will start and by end of July the program should start. Uh, but after application, like how many days is it like a rolling thing or are there specific dates when some like thing would go on or like notification of the application update? So just wanted clarity on that.
So Khaja, do you know the schedule? Do you have that listed somewhere or?
So we did not mention anywhere, but like the schedule is around, the classes will be kick starting by this month end, by the first week of August, and the 9th July is the extended deadline for this program. Probably within a week we'll finish off this enrollment of the offers, and down to the end of the next 2 weeks, the timelines, the kind of induction program will also be gonna finish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, so should we, I mean, plan for anything after the application or is it just cool? Like whenever the notification comes, some admission process and that's it?
Right. So I think there is a day marked for the orientation program also. That is should be in the third week of July, I believe. Right. And that is where we could share with you other details like what are the elective courses that we'll offer in the coming semester, what is the timetable of the schedule of courses, right? And all such details will be discussed in that orientation meeting. And the first day of classes is July 28th, the Thursday of, July 28th, Monday, July 28th, right? So certainly, before that, all the pre-semester processes will conclude. Actually. Okay. And
sounds good.
there is enough emails that will go out to tell you of all these dates, etc.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hi, can I ask?
Yeah, please, Veena, please go ahead, please.
Yeah, so one thing is I maybe missed there is an entrance or not, first thing. If yes,
Mhm.
what is the syllabus? And next thing is if it is a part time that is written in a certificate that is it like a 2 years or 3 years? What is the timeline? Uh, it's written right. So what will be exact certificate will be
Oh,
printing? That's the
all
one
right.
thing.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Third
All
thing is, after
uh-huh.
completion of this, can we get like, as someone asked, maybe placement or in-house anything, guidance program will be there.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Everything. That
All
is
right.
also fine. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So there is no entrance exam. I think the application process is possibly you put in your current CV and other details, right? So that is a very lightweight application process. Regarding your other question, see, the program is not any different from a full-time program in terms of the graduation requirements.
Okay.
So therefore, the degree that you get at the end of the program is not any different from what a regular full-time student gets. Actually. It's just that, because you have other commitments, the expectation on the time that you need to complete the program is different in the case of a full-time student versus a student in this program. Okay, but the degree is all the same. There is no difference. Okay. And about your third question, as I mentioned earlier, because of the specialized skills these students have, usually they are they are sought after rather than, them approaching companies actually. Right. So, of course, the advisor also will help in the process. For example, if a reference letter is needed or some, if they are aware that, okay, look, so and so company is hiring in this area that you work in, and they are looking for people, right? So the advisor can refer you to those positions. So some of it is not structured, but happens actually, right? Yeah.
Great. Thank you. That's great. And someone asked here, Sai Bala. So he wanted to ask,
Yeah, thank you, Veena. I'll just read out the question for
yeah.
of Sai Bala. So Sai has a question saying that is this program geared for an individual contributor or a lead kind of a role? I'm currently leading a team. My inspiration is to stay in touch with the tech so I can inspire the team members. Already have masters from bits actually. Actually, he's
Excellent.
not able to unmute himself. Mahesh, could you please help him that he can explain the context but better if that could help Professor Kishore to answer it.
No, no, I'm also able to access the chat window, so I can read
Yes.
the question.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So, okay, I think, when we started this program, our impression is that we are looking at people are who are trying to get a master's degree, but we also have a provision where, people can enter this program to obtain a doctoral degree as well, actually. Right? So if that is something that interests you, you could always explore that possibility as well. Initially, these two programs are not very different, the master's program and the PhD program. The difference is that in the case of the PhD program, the expectation on the thesis will be much different from the case of a master's thesis. But beyond that, the number of courses, etc., is still the same actually, right? So that is something you could also explore if that is something on your mind. Okay. Yeah.
So, Kishore, this is Praveen. Can I go ahead with the queries?
Yeah. Sure. Correct.
So, Kishore, I am also masters. I completed masters almost like 2 decades back. Okay, I have 20 years of experience. I was purely looking for PhD. However, this masters by research also interests me. But if you ask me between masters by research and PhD, I would definitely opt for PhD. So you
Okay.
will. So will we have similar session for PhD?
Yes, we do. Right. I think, though it is written as MS by research in the program and everything, as I said, there is the transition to PhD is very, smooth and, seamless actually. Right. So
Okay.
maybe, maybe Kaja can take your details and connect you with the right people to actually apply for a PhD straight away.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks. And I have a couple of other questions. So you are telling it is industry sponsored, right? So what is the role of the company where I am working? So
Ah, right.
yeah.
So, okay, one rule we envisaged is that on the thesis part in particular, we could have an advisor from the industry side as well,
Okay.
right? So, what it enables is that, look, in your organization, in your setup, you are trying to solve a particular problem, right? And, maybe you are looking for additional inputs to actually solve the problem. So, there could be somebody from the current organization and a faculty from IIIT Hyderabad who could actually now sit and say that, look, this problem requires these kind of techniques to solve and these kind of methodology we should adopt. So basically, that means that there are two advisors, one from the organization side and one from IIIT Hyderabad side. and they are trying to jointly solve the problem, which the industry can directly use, which you can directly use in your work space actually.
Okay. And
Okay.
both masters by research and PhD transforms across couple of years, right, to complete the course. So in the span
So
of that
uh,
time, so if
uh-huh,
someone leaves the organization, their current
uh-huh,
organization,
right.
so what are the challenge? They can they still continue with the course?
Yeah, I mean, see, if they can convince their new employer, etc., they could still continue without any trouble, right? I mean, yeah,
Okay.
right, yeah, okay. And the timeline is, we expect that this master's program will take roughly 3 years,
Okay.
whereas the PhD may take another 2 years or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. And Kishore, what is the evaluation criteria for full-time employee? Sorry, for full-time individuals who are attending the course, will probably take exams and all those things. So, are we going through similar approach or
Mhm.
project-based evaluation, open book exam? So,
So, okay. Uh, every course that we offer has its own evaluation method that is uniform for all the students of that course. Right. So there are a few electives which go fully project mode. Right. And there are a few courses which say that we'll have an exam or a mid exam and a final exam and so on and so forth. Right. So that evaluation model is uniform for all the students in the course.
okay, got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
thank
mean, and I'll point it out here, because you asked the question. So we don't use exams only for evaluation. There will be typically a lot of other components as well, such as a weekly homework, a couple of short quiz exams, right? And, many, many other things depending on the course and the instructor, actually.
you. Okay,
Right.
yeah,
And as I said, all these are for everybody in the course.
got it. Yeah, thank you so
Okay.
much.
So, yeah.
I have one question. So, as you said, the timeline is
Mhm.
okay, but I was applying previously also for these kind of courses in IIT, triple IT. So mostly embedded things were going on. So any particular you have at least categorization into tech, like is it embedded software or you have mixture of both? So what exactly is needed? Because I'm a full stack developer and 2 times I couldn't able to clear for embedded for one of the kind of same research
Ah.
works.
So when we publish our list of courses, I'm sure if it is already available on the web or not, we also mention the kind of broad subject area this course comes under, right? So, for example, we offer courses under signal processing, embedded systems, AI stream, so to speak. Let us say software engineering is a stream, right? There are multiple courses in that. So that way, we also mention the kind of category for the course, broad subject area at least. So we also offer maybe about 60 odd electives every semester actually. So there's a wide variety and rich set of offerings actually.
So there will be pay for it, or
I'm
this is
sorry, there will
completely
be.
there will be some pay or fees to pay, or is it just a free one? This one.
So the fee structure for this program is that I think every semester the fees is 1 lakh
Ac-
for
Actually,
4 credits. What is
sir,
it,
so
Khaja?
sorry to interrupt, sir.
Uh-huh.
It's actually 12 lakhs per whole course it is. And
Okay.
each course costs us like 1 lakh.
Mm-hmm.
So based upon the credits and all, it's 12
Mm-hmm.
lakhs of the whole course.
Mm-hmm.
Whole course, yeah. The
Mm-hmm.
duration is like the few of the texting,
Mm-hmm.
the timelines, the duration of the course
Mm-hmm.
is 2.5 to 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Right. And there is one other question in the chat box. They just wrote, do you have a specific goal in relation to further studies,
Oh
research
no, that was a
specialization?
response to Sai Bala, not a
Oh, okay, okay.
question.
I see, I see. Okay, okay, okay. I see. Okay. All right. Okay. Fine. Okay.
In the interest of time, we have only 4 minutes left with us. We can take one more question, the last question. And if you have more questions, do write to us I'll get back to you people by checking with Professor Kishore and then Professor Ramesh and Professor PK. Like in the interest of time, let's have only one more question so that we can close this webinar, please.
Can I go ahead, Kajal?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So Professor, I just wanted to ask, I'm going to apply to the machine learning lab. So does that mean that my graduation, my degree will say Master of Science by Research in Machine Learning, or what is the final degree going to say?
So the degree will only say Master of Science by Research, right? I mean,
Okay.
because it is a common degree program for everyone, right? Of course, it will say, I mean, either it is in, for example, we offer Master of Science by Research in multiple engineering disciplines like computer science and engineering, ECE, maybe a few other also, right? So it will say Master of Science by Research in, for example, if the appropriate discipline is computer science and engineering, it will also say computer science and engineering. Okay. Now, from the past 2 years, we are following a practice where, in addition to this degree certificate which says Master of Science by Research, we are also giving a specialization certificate based on the kind of thesis that students do. And there are maybe 10 or a dozen such, broad specialization tags. For example, AI is one tag. And people who do a thesis in ML actually get a specialization that says AI actually, not ML. Okay.
Okay.
So that is a separate, certificate that we issue along with the degree certificate, which doesn't say anything about the thesis or the, specialization.
Understood, Professor. Thank you.
Mm.
And if there was any more time, I just wanted to double check on one thing. Kaja, please stop me if there isn't. But I just wanted to ask Professor, I understand that the bar to entry to this program is a bit lower than other full-time programs at IIIT. So I wanted to see if the facilities available to people who sign up for this program, for example, in the order of preference for course registration or indemnities or library anything, will it be any different for us?
No, no. I mean, for us, everyone is the same. Yeah.
Understood. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for all of you joining with us. The way I already told you that, like texted on the chat box saying the program deadline has extended till 9th July of 2025. And please do reach out to us. And I have mentioned my email ID and Professor Ramesh email ID. You can write to us if you have any more questions. We can get back to you. And moreover, and also about the program, you already have published on the social media channels, and on the website link is also has been shared with you on your email. Please do check the website for more details, and if anything beyond the FAQs we mentioned, and anything beyond what Professor Kishore has already answered of your queries, and also the previous two webinars happened with Professor Ramesh and Professor PK are already live on the YouTube. Please do check if these three webinars, and this webinar is also actually having the live stream on the YouTube. Please do check, go back to these webinars. More than that, please do reach out to us. We're happy to host you on the campus. Please do come and meet us if you have any queries. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Professor Kishore, for joining with us.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining in and for the wonderful set of questions. Right. So I hope to see many of you in campus in the coming semester. Okay. Yeah. And Kaja will reach out to you based on some of the answers that we find offline, actually. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.